range could be a good buy range for the JSW Energy. Still, we can see some more downside from here onwards also. So I think on technical front also we can see some downside, and in fundamental aspects we are also optimistic for some downside. So I think 410 to 430 can be a good range for further new any entry.
Got it. Vikas, I'll come to you on JSW Energy as well. How does JSW Energy, look on the charts?
Look at the stock has witnessed good amount of volatility since the addition into the F&O segment, and we have witnessed a good corrective action from the recent highs of 700 levels which it achieved in December. So it's completely oversold. So some chipping can be done at the current levels, and another 50% maybe at current levels and 50% at near to 410, 430 what Mahesh mentioned, because that would be again a good support of the 200-week average. So it's a good time to add on at current levels when this needs.
Okay, got it. And now we have Sumit joining us on the phone line all the way from Qatar. Good evening, Sumit.
Good evening, and thank you for taking my call.
Most welcome. Please go ahead with your question.
Okay. I have CAMS 69 share with at the rate of 4,342.
Okay.
When I want to add more shares, so when I can add?
So Sumit, because you said that you want to add more shares of CAMS to your portfolio, I am assuming that you're quite interested and optimistic about this stock. Could you also give me a reason why? Like, why are you optimistic about CAMS?
See, I have joined stock market 1 year back, and I know that stock market you cannot earn money in a, in a short term. You have to invest at least for 4, 5, 6 years. Then you can earn. So I said it's good to add more shares.
Okay, great. I'll take this question to Mahesh. Mahesh, Sumit holds 69 shares of CAMS at 4,342 apiece. The stock is currently trading around 3,395. And you also saw on the screen that he's sitting on a substantial amount of loss. Plus, the stock has fallen 4% in trade today. What do you think about this stock from a long-term perspective? And is it a good time to buy more?
I think we have already discussed earlier, so in 4,400 or 4,000 level odd level, that stock can face some more selling pressure from that side. We from current perspective, I think 3,200 to 3,400 range could be a good buy range for longer term prospect. I think stock has potential to go up to 4,800 to 5,000 level. So from risk reward ratio from here onwards it looks positive. I think he can add further in 3,200 to 3,400 level. Stock can get more downside, but risk reward ratio is good, favorable from here onwards. So I think he can buy on these levels.
Thank you for that view. The next caller that we have live with us is Mayapam from Tamil Nadu. Good evening, Mayapam. What is your query today?
I'm Soma Distilleries, sir.
Okay, what's your current position and what exactly do you want in terms of, your query being answered?
Yeah, I can buy the share now around 104.
Okay, got it.
I got 100 shares.
Mahesh, I'll come to you first. We have a caller from Tamil Nadu currently holding 100 shares of Som Distilleries, and he's asking whether he should buy 104 shares at the current levels.
I think stock has potential to go more upside from these levels. Stock has done a lot of consolidation in lower level, and in last 2-3 days we have seen some upside on the upside. So I think stock has potential to go up to 140 to 160 odd range. So he can, if he like to add further, and so he can add further on these level also. Stock has potential to go up to 140 to 160 level if his horizon is 3 to 6 months. I think in 3 to 6 months we can see some more upside from these here onwards.
Okay, got that. And now we have Zenith on the phone line calling us from Bangalore. Hi Zenith, good evening.
Good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
I'm holding 2,500 shares of Suzlon Energy at the rate of 56.19.
Okay.
And I'm befuddled and intrigued to know why it's drastically falling, even though after the quarterly results were phenomenal, one of the best, I believe. So I have a very specific query. Rather than profit and loss, I need to know why it's falling drastically. It shouldn't be, it defies logic. And also, if it goes down, shall I accumulate more? because nothing, seems off. So is it a material price movement, manipulation of some kind? I'm not sure. I hope I am clarified.
Definitely. Thank you so much for bringing us that query. It's quite interesting, as you mentioned. And I'll take this question to Vikas. Vikas, as Zenith rightly mentioned, that he holds 2,500 shares of Suzlon Energy at 56 apiece. The current price is also around that level, 56.19. And he mentioned that the stock has been falling on the charts. And if you go back a little bit, you would be able to see that since August, the stock has been consistently falling. And he does not seem to understand why is that the path of the stock looking like. So give away your views on this.
Yeah, so he is just witnessing the fall from the highs of 85, 86. So if you take it back forward to 2.5, 3 years, the stock has witnessed strong amount of up move from those 25 to 30 odd levels to 84, 85 odd levels. So and then now the stock is facing some amount of pressure. So we believe the stock could face some more pressure and slide down further near to 48, half 50 levels where it attempted a base formation. And if you look at all the renewable energy companies, which across all the power, whether it is JSW Energy, whether it's Wari Energies, Suzlon, all the power related stocks have witnessed corrective action. So furthermore, corrective action cannot be ruled out, and we would witness some amount of base formation near to 45 to 47. So 50 odd rupees would be a good price to enter, as he has entered at 56. So maybe 10 to 12% lower near to 48 how to 50 levels should be a good entry point for him to invest.
Next query is from Sundara Rajan from Chennai, and it's regarding Tata Technologies. Now, he currently holds 30 shares at a price of 1,036, and they're asking whether he should hold or sell these counters. Mahesh, I'll come to you. Your view on Tata Tech, hold, or is it time to exit, this position?
I think he should hold for if it's already more than 1 year. Yeah. If he can add in any lower side, I think 660 to 720 range could be a good range for further add Tata Technology. Because all the market are facing some selling pressure, so Tata Technology are also facing some selling pressure. These kind of stocks have a much more potential for upside. But currently, all the market are facing selling pressure. Fundamentally, there is no changes. So I think stock has potential to go upside, but currently is in downturn. So he need to spend some more time there here also. If you want to add 660 to 720 range, could be a good range for further adding.
Got it. And now we have Chetan, another caller from Bangalore this evening. Hi, Chetan.
Yeah, hi.
Please go ahead with your question, Chetan.
Thank you. So I have purchased IRCTC 50 shares at the price of 758. So my query is is it a good time to sell, or I should hold it for more days?
Okay. Chetan, when did you purchase these 50 shares?
Around 1 month back.
Okay, 1 month back. And you bought them at what price again?
758 rupees.
758. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you. And I will take this question to our fundamental expert, Mahesh. Chetan holds 50 shares of IRCTC at 758 apiece, and the stock is currently trading around 773. The budget was recently announced, and after that, the stock today at least has been down over 2%. What do you think about IRCTC in the long term? And our viewer also wants to know that because the stock is a little down, is it the right time to buy more counters of this particular stock?
I think stock is fundamentally good, but what is the reason for downside from in budget time? Because of the higher expected, we are not expected higher allocation in the railway sector. So, however, many people think that the railway sector can get much more allocation in this budget also, but we are not much optimistic about budget more budget allocation because they have a long order book to complete the things. So I think stocks are fundamentally very good. If it's rising more than 9 to 12 months, then stock can go up to 880 to 900 zone. But if his horizon is very short term, then he can book and exit and re-enter at lower level. I think lower level could be 740 to 750 range. So fundamentally, stock has a good. If his horizon more than 9 to 12 months, he can hold further. But if he's a short-term trader, he can exit and re-enter at lower level.
Got it. The next caller we have is Kanan, and he's tuning in from Kerala. Welcome to the show, Kanan. What's your query for today?
Yeah, my query is regarding Deepak nitrite.
Okay. What exactly is your query? What's your current position in the stock?
Yeah, I hold 41 shares at the average price of 1,900.
Okay. And are you looking for a long-term view or a short-term view?
Yes, I am looking for a long-term view.
Okay, got it. Mahesh, I'll come to you. Your outlook on Deepak nitrite. What's the long-term, outlook for the company?
I think he should book 50% here and 50% hold, because current rally is current rally is due to some tariff hike and other many more reason, and stock is given some upside. So it's really could sustain or not. That's is a on question mark. So if he's getting some profits, he should at least book part profit. And for fundamental, I think 2,500 to 2,550 level could come in near term. So rest can be sold on that level. So 50% booking it is advisable here.
Okay, got it. And now we have Rajesh on the phone line. Another call I get indeed from Bangalore. Hi, Rajesh.
Hi, thank you very much for taking my call. I'm holding, Tata Consultancy Service, close to, 250 stocks. Now market is going down. Is it good time to, keep that, TCS, or else should we hold for some more time?
Got that question, Rajesh, but one more thing I would want to know from you. When did you invest in Tata Consultancy Services?
Well, I started investing the TCS since last, after COVID, close to, I'm accumulating, on every monthly basis. So I just want to know that should we keep it or should we, sell it out? Okay, that is looking at the current market and current, this.
Okay. Mahesh, let's take this question to you. Rajesh holds 250 shares of Tata Consultancy Services at an average price of 2,000. The stock is currently trading around 4,000 bucks, and he's sitting, as a result, he's sitting on a profit of over 5 lakh rupees. Now, given the circumstances of the market scenario at the moment, the market is in a downfall. Do you recommend Rajesh to perhaps book his profits partially or hold on to his shares?
Definitely, it's a good question. I think stock has a potential for go upside up to 4,800 odd level. So he can hold further from these level. But what is the circumstance generating here due to tariff fear? So all the stocks of IT stocks are facing some selling pressure. If any tariff come, then we can see some more pressure in all the IT stocks. Then that need to watch in coming time. But overall, we are fundamentally stock is very good and he can hold further, and his stock is giving good dividend yield. That is also a good thing. So I think from longer term perspective, he can hold. But shorter term perspective, if anyone watching and if anyone looking, then tariff news should be in highlight.
The next caller joining us is again a caller from Bangalore. Welcome to the show, Mahesh. What's your query for today?
Ma'am, good evening. My query is related to ITC. I have purchased ITC at 463, 50 shares. So I just wanted to have a short-term look on it.
Got it. And what was your initial, outlook for buying into the share?
Because I have just seen the budget outcome, I thought FMCG will run up. I just wanted to have a short-term profit booking. So that is the reason I just bought it.
Got it. I'll come to you, Vikas. It's a short-term view on ITC. We did see the share, gain some on budget day during the market hours on the positive movement on no, GST high, tariff hike. But what's the short-term view for ITC in a market like this?
So if you look at the stock has outperformed significantly among the index heavyweights, and in fact from the consumer basket, it has also witnessed good amount of up move. Multiple supports, it remains at near to 435, 440 levels. The ITOC hotel demerged share is also been listed, which is showing some amount of traction. So the holding company valuation would also help move. And plus, we are expecting the results on Thursday. So we believe the stock should do well. We can continue to hold on for a higher target of around 480, 485, which would be possible over the next 1 to 3 months.
Okay. And now we have Chetan calling us from Bangalore. So many calls from Bangalore. No, okay, I'm mistaken. It's a WhatsApp query. Chetan has written to us on WhatsApp. He holds 500 shares of Inox Winds at 160 a piece. And he's asking if he should hold or sell. Now, Inox Wind definitely did report a strong quarter with profits surging over 100 times to 116 crore. Although we don't know the time horizon at which Chetan is looking at, let's take this question to you, Vikas. What do you think about Inox Winds, and also given the fact that Chetan is sitting at a profit of 900 rupees?
We should continue to hold on because we have witnessed some amount of up move from the lower part of the range of around 125, 130 odd levels. The results have been also been pretty good. Today the management came on air and he clarified a lot of things in terms of the order book visibility. And we believe it's a good point to hold on because we witnessed some amount of corrective action from the recent highs of around 220, 230. So the stock should do well. It is at the previous month retracement cycle. So on the higher side, 185, 190 would be possible over the next 2 to 3 months.
Got it. A positive view coming for Inox Wind. Up next, we do have a caller joining us. It's Vishwas. Vishwas, welcome to the show. What's your query about?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. What's the stock that you want a view from, and what's your current position in the stock?
Ma'am, Amara Energy Mobility Limited stock, under stock. Average price 1,100. Short term 3 months, ma'am. Hold or sell, ma'am.
Got it. Vikas, I'll come to you. Amara Raja has seen a volatile, kind of movement. There was, it has gotten some kind of help from the budget with, all the tariffs and custom duty changes in terms of lithium-ion batteries. But in terms of the 6-month view for Amara Raja, what's your view? A caller currently holds 100 shares at a price of 110 rupees.
So the view remains positive. The stock has witnessed strong amount of up move from 400, 500 odd levels to 1500 to 1600 odd. And since then we have witnessed a good corrective action. So 50% retracement of the entire move from 500 to 1600 comes down to those 1040, 1050 levels, which has been holding on. So we believe the stock has broken some amount of short-term band of averages, witnessing some positive crossover. The budget day witnessed some amount of volatility, but we believe the stock could move higher near to 1200 odd, so we can continue to hold on at current levels.
Okay. And we have Kiran joining us on the phone line from Pune. Hi, Kiran. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, ma'am, I have Jupiter wagons around 2,000 shares, but the price is 540, so it's quite high. So what should I do with that?
Okay. Before we try and give you that advice through our experts, I'd like to know, when did you purchase these shares of Jupiter wagons? Because 2,000 is a large amount, right?
A month ago, when it made it, some highs around 560, 564, then I purchased it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Mahesh, let's take this query to you. Kiran holds 2,000 shares of Jupiter wagons at 540 a piece. That's his average price. And he's currently sitting on a major loss of over 3 lakh, as we saw on the screen. And the stock, if you see its past performance, hasn't been great on the charts. You zoom back, like today it was down 5%. 5-day performance, it has seen cuts of over 10%. 1 month, over 30%, and so on and so forth. Plus, the space that it belongs to, a lot of stocks in the same space are showing, some kind of disappointment on their, technical performance on the charts because of the amount of capex that was allocated. What do you think Kiran should do? Should he wait for the share price to reach to his investment levels?
Definitely, in capex front, everyone is thinking that capex is low, but capex is not much low, but our expectation was high. But I think this stock has a potential to go upside up to these level, but he need to keep patience for 9 to 12 months at least, because currently all the this sector stocks are facing some selling pressure. I think this stock can feel some more selling pressure from these level also. So the stock can go up to 320, 20, 30, and then we can think for some consolidation. So it may take some time. I think if his horizon is more than up to 1 year, then he can see up to 550 to 600 odd level. But currently, stock may consolidate in lower zone.
Got it. That's the view on Jupiter wagons coming through. Up next, we have Santosh joining us from Karnataka. Welcome to the show, Santosh. What's your query for today?
Hi.
Hi.
Santosh this side.
Yeah.
So I'm holding Adani Power. So at the rate of 570 rupees and 35 quantities.
Got it. And what kind of view do you want it? Are you a short-term investor in the counter or a long-term investor?
I'm looking for short term.
Got it. Vikas, I'll come to you. Just to give you some an additional information, you actually had Jefferies initiate a buy call on Adani Power just today, target price of 660. The brokerage stated that Adani Power is the second largest thermal power generation company post NTPC, and it's a pure thermal play and with land requirements and financing plans all in place. Vikas, on the charts, do you concur with the view that the stock has more to rise? It was under pressure and traded despite the buy call initiation. What's your outlook for Adani Power?
So if you look at a more broader picture for the last 3-4 months, no doubt the stock has made a double bottom near to those 440, 450 odd levels and witnessed quick bounces. And Adani Power being in a high beta play, a high beta stock, the stock witnessed some amount of strong volatility. So with the recent high, if you consider it was near to 600 rupees and we have witnessed a good 20% correction. A large brokerage house note remains positive on the stock, and it is witnessing some amount of up move from the lower part of the range. So we can continue to hold on. We believe on the higher side, the first immediate target would be near to 575 to 580. And if that is being crossed, then the stock can further move near to 620, which is the 200-day average.
Okay. Viewers, NDTV is a subsidiary of AMG Media and Adani Group company, just a disclaimer. And let's go across to our next caller, Raj from Bangalore again. Hi, Raj.
Hi, good evening. My question is with respect to HDFC Bank. I'm holding the HDFC stocks close to 250, around 1,500 rupees on an average. It's last, 2 years. I've not seen much, progress. It's even the return also not good.
Okay.
I just wanted to understand that should we keep the stock or else we need to upload periodically?
Understood. And Rajesh, when did you purchase these 250 shares of HDFC?
2 years back.
2 years back. Okay. Let's take this question to Mahesh. Raj holds 250 shares of HDFC at 1,500 a piece, and the stock is currently trading around 1,679. So the kind of returns he has made in the past 2 years is pretty moderate, because you look at his time horizon of holding, and from that perspective, he's not sure where the stock is headed. What are your views on HDFC?
Definitely, fundamentally, there is no question for asking HDFC Bank. But currently, in result, what we have seen that multiple things are changed in HDFC Bank. So, in upcoming time, we can see some more upside in HDFC Bank. I think 1,800 to 1,850 level could come in near term. And as RBI policy is near, we are expecting some rate cut type or rate cut also. So I think stock has potential to do well in near term also, as well as in longer term also. So from my perspective, is old.
Got it. On that note, we'll have to slip into a short break, but viewers, do keep sending in your queries on WhatsApp and also call us to get your questions answered by our technical and fundamental guests. We'll be right back for Ask Profit. Stay tuned.
चला पटकन पटकन. Hello and welcome to NDTV Profit.
The blessings of Ma Lakshmi that Prime Minister spoke about, will they shine on the middle class and the taxpayer?
The market will not be disappointed.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman with the Bahi Khata, they're getting ready to go in and present the budget.
I present the budget for 25-26. That there will be no income tax payable up to income of 12 lakh rupees.
ये बजट जो है बहुत ही आर है। इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि रिफॉर्मिस्ट भी है, रिस्पॉन्सिबल भी है और रिवॉल्यूशनरी भी है।
जब मैं था तब हरी नहीं, जब हरी है मैं ना ही, प्रेम गली अति साकरी, जामे दो न समाए।
This is another level. This is another level.
This is how a special Saturday session should end.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What's the picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know your company, powered by NDTV Profits Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers. Know your company at 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, only on NDTV Profit.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What's the picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know your company, powered by NDTV Profits Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers. Know your company at 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, only on NDTV.
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Ask Profit on NDTV Profit, a show where you ask your queries and we try and answer them through our experts. Today, Vikas Jain from Reliance Securities will be answering all your technical queries, and Mahesh Moja from Henset Securities will be answering all your fundamental queries. So do call in on the numbers that's flashing on your screen. Let's go across to our first caller right after this break. Arjun is calling us from Cochin. Hi, Arjun.
Yeah, hi.
Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, my query is regarding Trident Limited.
Okay.
I hold 500 shares at an average price of 37.
Okay.
So I'm looking for both a short-term and a long-term view on it.
Got it. And when did you invest in Trident, Arjun?
1.5 years before.
Okay, so it's been a while. And did you read anything particular about the company before investing in this?
Yeah, it was performing well at that time, and later it got stuck, and there was no movement in the stock for more than a year, I think.
Got it, got it. Let's take this question to Vikas first, because Vikas, Arjun holds 500 shares of Trident at 37, and the stock is currently trading around 30. And because of this gap, he is sitting on a loss of around 3,000 rupees. And as he also mentioned that in the past 1 year per se, the stock has seen pockets of ups in between, but has largely been, trading with a downward bias on the charts. What do you think about, Trident going ahead? Should he add more stocks of this company to his portfolio or hold on to his current positions?
So I believe, I completely agree. This stock has comparatively underperformed the whole textile space, because if you look at the other textile stores, they're moving in tandem and witness strong amount of up move. It is witnessing some amount of bounce back near to those 38, 39, then again witnessing some amount of correction. But now it's again at the lower band of around 30, 31. His purchase price is somewhere near to 35, 37 rupees, what he mentioned. So we believe we should wait some amount of bounce, but again that bounce should be used to exit the positions near to 34 or 35, because that again would be a concern area. which is the around the 100-day average. So use the rallies to exit and invest into some other better textile stocks. What he believe this stock would see some amount of strong up move.
Okay. And Mahesh, what's your view on Trident? Do you echo that view? Because Vikas suggests to sell some positions at the points of rallying. What do you think?
I think stock is not looking good at the current juncture. So technically, it's a sell. But I think if any reversal from these levels, then could get 36 to 38 odd level. But if his horizon is very short term, then he should keep a stop loss near 27 range. So if any bounce back, then he may exit.
Let's welcome our next caller, and this is Sanjay calling us all the way from Surat. Welcome to the show, Sanjay. What's your query about?
Yes, madam. Good morning. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry. I have Senco Gold 47 at the 317. Okay, actually, this stock is split nowadays. 31st January.
Got it.
So it is 96, and my cost is 158. Split in two parts.
Got it. Are you looking for a long-term or a short-term view, Sanjay?
Actually, I would like to know that nowadays gold price is on the top.
Yeah.
So is it beneficiary for this company? Should I hold for long term?
Got it. Mahesh, I'll come to you. We have Sanjay calling all the way from Surat, currently holding 47 shares of Senco Gold at a price of 317. Now, in the 1 month, it's down about 10%. In the last 5 days, however, the stock has gained over 19%. The first query that Sanjay has is, the rise in gold prices. How is it beneficial to a counter like Senco Gold? And should he even consider, having stayed invested in this stock for a long term?
I think he can book at least 50% here because of major uncertainty in all the market. So 50% booking is advisable here. But in a longer term, stock has a potential to go up to 600, 640 level. So to be frank, 50% booking is advisable. Rest 50% can be hold. From longer term perspective, inventory of gold could be a good benefit for any jewelry stocks. So that is the potential, that is the inventory benefit for all the jewelry stocks. So I think that could be a point, but any dip in gold, then we may see some more pressure on the stock also.
Okay, got that. And now we have Mahesh calling us from Hyderabad. Hi, Mahesh.
Hi, madam. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Please go ahead with your question.
Madam, I bought Oil India.
Okay.
At rate of 527, madam, 4 months back, 4 to 6 months back.
Okay.
So, madam, I looking long term. My hold karna or average karna, please explain.
Got it. So, Mahesh, let's go across to you for Mahesh's query. So, he holds 300 shares of Oil India at 527. The stock, unfortunately, has taken a beating. It is currently trading around 396. And since he mentioned 6 months, in the past 6 months, it has seen cuts of 30%. Now, on Friday, the company informed the stock exchanges of exploring the renewable energy space and informed that Oil Green Energy Limited will be a wholly owned subsidiary of this company. However, the street does not seem to be rewarding that move, at least from the stock performance perspective. What do you think Mahesh should do with his shares?
Actually, all the stocks are OMC stocks and these type of stocks are facing selling pressure these days. But fundamentally, stock has a much more valuation for upside. But currently, the stock in downturn trend, so we may see some more downside till 350 to 360 zone. So from that level, if any bounce back come, then stock can go up to 500, 480 to 500 zone. So technically, setup is bearish, and we can see some more pressure. For upside, if his horizon is more than 12 months, then he can hold because his 500 level could come in a year horizon. But currently, his stock is down the trend, so we may see some more pressure in it.
We have another caller tuning in. It's again Mahesh from Karnataka this time. Welcome to the show, Mahesh. Good evening. What's your query about?
Ma'am, namaskara. I have a query related to Vishal Mega Mart.
I have purchased some 250 shares of Vishal Mega Mart at 101 rupees. So I just wanted to know on a long term, like 1 year view on it, will that reach 150 or 160 on this level?
Got it. Mahesh, I'll come to you. Vishal Mega Mart recently listed, may not have a proper technical view because of lack of charts. It recently did put a strong set of numbers in Q3, revenue up 19%, EBITDA conquering the same kind of growth, and net profit seeing a 28% uptick. Has seen some kind of beating post the listing, maybe that's very stock related, or the markets in general. What's your view for Vishal Mega Mart for the long term? Viewers currently holding 250 shares at a price of 101.
I think he can hold further for a 150 to 160 zone because numbers company has posted good number, but if you see from budget as we have seen up to 12 lakh no income tax type or an income tax rebate in budget, then beneficial sector is FMCG and these type of all the sectors. So sentiment also become positive for Vishal Mega Mart. I think in shorter term we can see some more upside up to 135, 140 zone. If longer term horizon, then our target should be 160 to 175 range. So my perspective, he can hold further. If anyone want to buy, then they can buy on this level also.
Okay, so it's a hold on Vishal Mega Mart. Let's go across to Kumar. He's joining us on the phone line from Chennai. Hi Kumar, how are you doing?
Fine, I hope the same from you. I am holding LIC, okay?
Okay.
The 890 under so is it advisable that I further buy during the downside, or what is the chart, technical chart?
Okay, and when did you invest in LIC, Kumar?
It is a month back.
Okay, a month back. So recent purchase. Vikas, let's take this question to you. Kumar holds 100 shares of LIC at 890 a piece, and the stock is currently trading around 830 and has been down in trade today around 2%. Plus, but also to not let go on, we must take note of the fact that Nirmala Sitharaman announced a big positive for the insurance sector by saying that now FDIs will be able to invest 100% in insurance spaces, and hence a lot of insurance counters were reacting positively to this one. However, what's your take on LIC from a technical perspective?
So he should continue to hold on. In fact, if he's looking at, he can add further. Because if you look at the structure, the company did well when it got listed somewhere into 2022 or late 2022. But since then, from the lows of those 530, 550, it witnessed a strong move near to 1200 levels. So if you do a retracement level from those 550 odd, it support comes near to those 794, 795, which has been holding on. The positive news flow with respect to the budget also looks promising. The company is expected to announce numbers on Friday, which should lead to some amount of positive pullback. So the stock should do well. On the higher side, it would test near to 980 to 1000 levels over the next 3 to 4 months. So it should continue to hold or add more.
Let's welcome our next query, and this is coming from Shiv Kumar all the way from Odisha. Welcome to the show, Shiv Kumar. What's your query for today?
Good evening, ma'am. I have 72 shares of Cummins India. I bought around 4 or 5 months back. So what should I do with this? Because this is coming down, and I have a long-term perspective.
Got it. And what price did you buy this stock for? And what was your initial
3,500.
And what was your initial view in when you entered the stock?
Excuse me, ma'am?
What was your rationale behind buying the shares of this company?
I thought the company is good, that's why I bought.
Got it. Mahesh, I'll come to you. Cummins India under pressure today as well, down about 4%. But we did have a Kotak note stating how the tariffs by US on Mexico could have some kind of positive movement for Cummins India. Our viewer does want a long-term view. Currently sitting on a loss of over 50,000. What's the outlook for Cummins India?
No, currently stock is facing some downturn, and then it can be continue for some more pain. I think if anyone want to hold, then he should keep stop loss near 2540 range. If any range broken 2540, then we can see some more downside from that level also. The stock is fundamentally good and has potential to go upside, but in shorter term period, we can see some more pressure from these level also. So all the stocks on these sectors are some facing some selling pressure. These stocks could may face some more selling pressure from these level also. Breaking 2540, we may see 2000, we can see 2400 odd level.
Okay, got it. And now we have Ankit joining us on the phone line from Ahmedabad. Hi, Ankit.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for calling Ask Profit. Please go ahead.
My query is I want to invest in either IT sector or in PSU sector.
Okay.
As I don't have any of the shares in my portfolio.
Okay.
So which sector looks good for near future? And my time horizon is around 2 to 3 years.
Got it. Mahesh, let's take this question to you. Ankit is quite interested in investing in the IT or the PSU space. And IT, you know, it has always been observed that when the market is down and in pain, IT is one of those rare indices that does well or is relatively in strength. And speaking of PSU, given the government's focus on, you know, boosting infrastructure and, you know, focusing on growth, PSU stocks have not done bad. What do you think about these two spaces, and if you could also suggest a couple of counters?
I think both the sector are poised well for growth, but from current perspective, IT we are seeing some tariff announcement for the other countries. So we are cautious on IT. From PSU perspective, I think it's a good time to accumulate some PSU good stocks like Coal India, Oil India, and ONGC like stocks. If you have any downside in these kind of stocks where dividend yield is high. So I think that stocks could be accumulated in the downside level. So these are a good pick in downside zone because all the stocks are facing some downside pressure. It can come some more. It can face some more downside from these levels. On that level, these stocks are very good for accumulation. I think SBI is in banking also. PSB also. SBI is a good preferred bank. In a small bank of Maharashtra is a good potential for upside. So these counter, if anyone try to pick, then if from 1 year horizon, these counter are poised for longer term growth, and dividend yield is also attractive. From IT perspective, if any no tariff come, then we are optimistic for IT sector from TCS and Infosys, HCL Tech are preferred in this level. But currently we are cautious mode on IT sector.
Got it. The next caller that's joining us is Satish all the way from Chennai. Welcome to the show, Satish. Good evening. What's your query for today?
Yeah, very good evening. I bought my Infibeam at the rate of 27.29 and 668 units I have bought it. Whether can I hold it or not?
Got it. And what was your initial rationale for entering into the counter? Hello, Satish. Okay, you know, we'll get your query answered. Vikas, I'll come to you. Infibeam Avenue is not done very well in the last month, down about 13%, 6 months. Similar story, 28% lower. It's currently trading very low to its 52-week low at 22.6. Our viewer entered the position at 27.29. How does Infibeam Avenues look on the charts?
It completely looks weak because it has not done materially well. Even in the last 2.5 years, when the markets have been fairly strong, it continuously underperformed and the relative strength remains weak. We are not witnessing any the move. The stock bounces back, moves higher by 10% odd, and again declines by 20%, with consistently making multi-year lows. So it's better to exit the stock and invest into something else.
Okay, got it. And since you are suggesting to invest in an alternative counter, could you give a couple of give out a couple of names?
So if you look at you can invest at the same price value, IFCL looks good, our IDBI Bank where the disinvestment is expected to happen. So IDBI Bank looks good from the private banking space. IFCI has some amount of holdings into NSE. So the stock witnessed some amount of move from the lower part of 48, 49 levels. So it would invest. Or even the CPSE ETF looks good because the ETF itself has declined by more than 30-35%. and the PSU basket looks attractive from current levels. So no matter whether it defense works out or railways, the PSU basket looks good.
Understood. Now we have Venkat joining us on the phone line from Andhra Pradesh. Hi, Venkat.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Where in Andhra Pradesh are you calling from?
Yeah, from Tirupati.
Oh, wow. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I want to select either transformers or rectifiers or Tejas network for long term 2 years.
Okay.
Which one should I select?
Got it. And why are you interested in these two companies particularly?
Yeah, this has already, it was decreased from the higher values, no? Now I think it is in the right price to buy.
Okay, and just clarifying, you have not invested in these two companies yet, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Let's take this question to Vikas. Vikas, Tejas wants to invest in either Venkat wants to invest in either Tejas Network or Transformers and Rectifiers India. Which would be your choice?
So my preferred bid would be Tejas Networks because this sector it has been strong upward momentum. No doubt Tejas Networks has its own bout of volatility, but it has been a consistent wealth creator from the lower part of 200 levels to 1200, 1500 it made. It is now been owned by the Tata Group, one of the renowned names, and the company continues to have a strong order book. So it would be better to stick to Tejas Networks and invest into Tejas Networks if he has a choice to invest between Trill or Tejas.
The next caller we have joining us is Rajesh, all the way from Bangalore. Rajesh, I believe you have, a more of a sectoral view. What's your query for today?
Yeah, well, thank you again. Well, I would like to understand that, the short-term investment with respect to technology and finance sector, what are the best stocks we can invest it and get profit at least 10 to 15% next, 6 months?
Got it. Vikas, I'll come to you for this. A viewer is interested in either the tech space or financial companies. On the charts for the short term, are there any counters in these two spaces that are looking attractive at current levels?
So from the finance sector, a lot of stocks looks attractive because if you look at the finance sector is gaining strength, whether it's a financial services index or private banking index. So from the private bank index, we like RBL Bank as a promising play. The stock should do pretty well. Along with that, we can invest further into Axis Bank or HDFC Bank depending upon the move. From the PSU banking side, Bank of Baroda or Canara Bank would be good proxy as the stocks are near to its long-term monthly chart support area and should invest at current levels. The result season is being also put through. The negatives have been priced into these names. So any reversal in rate cut during the weekend, we could see some amount of strong up move into the banking names. So banking sector should be the preferred place.
Okay, got it. And now we have Sandeep calling us from New Delhi. Hi, Sandeep.
Hello, thanks for taking my call.
Most welcome. Please go ahead.
So this is for my nephew. He bought around 19,300 shares of Utkarsh Bank in May 2024. So for around 10 lakh rupees. Okay. And he's down 45%. And the thing is, he refuses to sell and he has not put in any stop loss or something. I don't invest in mutual funds, so I have no idea about stocks. But what I want to know is what he says, I'll recover the money in next 1-2 months. So I just want to know whether he can recover money in next 6 months or so. Or, if I can, tell him that he watches your YouTube and then the recorded of this one, and then maybe you can sell. I don't know what you want to recommend.
Okay, got
That's
it.
the question for Utkarsh Bank. Yeah.
Understood. Mahesh, let's take this query to you. A pretty interesting one. Sandeep's nephew has, holds shares worth 10 lakh rupees in Utkarsh Bank, and the stock has seen cuts of close to 40% in the past 6 months. Plus, fundamental views on the space have been pretty mixed, given the struggling asset quality of most banks. What do you think, Utkarsh Bank's future looks like on the stock market?
I think he should try to exit on any higher level. So because all the stocks in these sector are facing some selling pressure from in higher zone, and we can't say much more NPA and other type of things are in these type of stocks. So he should try to exit in any higher level, maybe 32 to 35 range could be exit level, and in lower range he could keep a stop loss near 27. If any breaking 27 level, then we may see some downside till 22 to 23 range. So from current perspective, if any upper side, he should try to exit on higher levels. So these type of stock, avoid in this type of stock much more amount. I think ICICI Bank, SBI could be a good potential for any. At least may recover some of percentage of your corpus. So save your corpus in any higher level and try to switch in ICICI Bank and SBI where we are optimistic at least 15 to 20% upside from these levels.
Let's welcome our next viewer. We have Harish joining us all the way from Vizag. Good evening, Harish. What's your query for today? I think we do have some technical issues, but I'll take up one of our WhatsApp queries, and this is from Srini all the way from Chicago. Currently, this query is about Bank of Maharashtra. Viewer holds 1,112 shares at a price of 67 rupees. Vikas, I'll come to you. A hold or sell on Bank of Maharashtra?
So no doubt the Bank of Maharashtra stock has not done pretty well over the last 1 to 2 quarters, but we believe the banking space looks attractive as we discussed lately 10 minutes before, and the stock should do pretty well. No doubt compared to its purchase price, it should take some amount of increase in its exposure at current levels, and we believe the stock to test near to those 55 to 57 levels on an immediate basis, and if it outperforms over this level, then the stock could head move higher near to further 63, 65.
Okay, got that. And with that, Vikas and Mahesh, thank you so much for joining us in this edition of Ask Profit and answering all our viewer questions. But right now we're out of time and we wish you a good evening. Well, viewers, that's all the time we had on this edition of Ask Profit, but do stay tuned to NDTV Profit for more news and updates.
बजट भाषण सुना, उसके बाद मेरा पहला एक्रोनिम निकाला मैंने।
चला चला पटकन पटकन।
Hello and welcome to NDTV Profit.
The blessings of Ma Lakshmi that Prime Minister spoke about, will they shine on the middle class and the taxpayer?
The market will not be disappointed.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman with the Bahi Khata, they're getting ready to go in and present the budget.
I present the budget for 25-26 that there will be no income tax payable up to income of 12 lakh rupees.
ये बजट जो है बहुत ही RRR है। इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि रिफॉर्मिस्ट भी है, रिस्पॉन्सिबल भी है और रिवॉल्यूशनरी भी है।
जब मैं था तब हरी नहीं, जब हरी है मैं ना ही, प्रेम गली अति साकरी जामे दो न समाए।
This is another level. This is another level.
This is how a special Saturday session should end.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What's the picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profits Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers. Know Your Company at 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, only on NDTV Profit.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं एनडीटीवी नेटवर्क। मोदी सरकार के तीसरे कार्यकाल का पहला बजट, और वो भी ऐसा बजट जिससे अगर उम्मीद करते हैं कि वो बड़े सपनों को साकार करे और प्रामाणिक हो और ट्रांसपेरेंट हो, तो आप कह सकते हैं कि वित्त मंत्री निर्मला सीतारामन ने जितने बजट अभी तक पेश किए हैं उसमें ये सबसे शानदार, सबसे बड़े सपने वाला और सबसे ट्रांसपेरेंट बजट है। इसके डिटेल समझते हैं, क्योंकि इसमें सबके लिए कुछ है या कुछ मिसिंग भी है, ये पता करने की कोशिश करते हैं। वित्त मंत्री जी, आपने हमारे लिए वक्त निकाला। किसी भी टेलीविजन नेटवर्क पे आपका ये पहला इंटरव्यू है जो हमारे 6 चैनल के सारे दर्शक देख रहे हैं। कल जब बजट भाषण सुना उसके बाद मेरा पहला एक्रोनिम निकाला मैंने, वो था RRR, रिस्पॉन्सिव, रिस्पॉन्सिबल, रिफॉर्मिस्ट और मैंने कहा रिवॉल्यूशनरी। अब इसमें एक R और हम अगर जोड़ना चाहें, रोरिंग इकोनॉमी कैसे बनेगी, विकसित भारत के लिए ये जो ग्रोथ रेट देगा वो 8% से प्लस देगा क्या?
8% देगा ये तो ज़रूर हम सब एक्सपेक्टेशन रख सकते हैं। मैं देख रही हूँ कि अगले 20 साल 25 साल के लिए भारत का फंडामेंटल्स आज ठीक है, मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक फंडामेंटल्स। इसको और मजबूत करने के लिए हम कदम उठाना चाहिए। इसमें प्रधानमंत्री जी पहले से ही हमें गाइडेंस देते रहे कि इस साल के बजट के लिए आप पूरे अच्छा सा तैयारी करो कि फंडामेंटल स्ट्रॉन्ग करने के लिए। और उसमें एक और पहलू ऐड भी किए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कि मध्यम वर्ग जो हमें ऑनेस्ट टैक्स पेयर के नाते टैक्स भरते रह रहे, उनके लिए हम कुछ करना है। तो क्या करना है, आप कुछ वर्कआउट करके आओ। ये था उनकी गाइडेंस शुरुआत से ही।
जी, तो क्या मैं ये इंटरप्रेट कर सकता हूँ कि चूंकि सरकार का फोकस बिल्कुल सबसे ज़्यादा गरीब, पिछड़े, दलित लोगों पर ज़्यादा रहा, गरीबों पर ज़्यादा रहा, रूरल एरिया पे ज़्यादा रहा, मिडिल क्लास कहीं ना कहीं नेग्लेक्ट हो गया, जो कि बिल्कुल आपका एक कोर है भारत के लिए, आबादी भले ही छोटी हो, तो उस नेग्लेक्ट को एड्रेस करने का कोशिश किया गया है।
इसमें एक मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहती हूँ, पहले से ही प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी 2021, 2020 उस समय से ही ऑनेस्ट टैक्स पेयर का रिकग्निशन के नाते फेसलेस ले आए, इनकम टैक्स चार्टर, टैक्स पेयर्स चार्टर हमने घोषित करवाए और टैक्स पेयर्स को सर्टिफिकेट भी भेज देते कि समय पर टैक्स भरने वाले टैक्स पेयर हो या रेगुलरली टैक्स पेयर, उनका रिकग्निशन हो। ये सब करते आ रहे हैं। टैक्स पेयर का रिकग्निशन और सम्मान कभी भी माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के मन में है। और इस समय जब दुनिया के तुलना में हम फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग इकोनॉमी रह रहे हैं, पिछली बार भी रहे, पिछले 2-3 साल में रह रहे, और IMF और वर्ल्ड बैंक के नज़रिया में हम अगले साल भी फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग रहेंगे। और इस संदर्भ में क्या हम टैक्स पेयर्स को सम्मान करने जैसे ये काम कर सकते हैं? इस गाइडेंस के नाते हम काम किए, इसीलिए इस बार इनकम टैक्स का ये प्रपोजल हम ले आए।
एक और क्यूरियोसिटी है लोगों में, दैट इज हाउ डिड यू अराइव एट दिस नंबर ऑफ 12 लाख रुपीस?
मिडिल क्लास के चर्चा बहुत होता है और आज रियलिटी हम देखें तो कम से कम 1 लाख तक पर मंथ सैलरी कमाने वाले के लाइफस्टाइल कैसे हैं और अगर वो शहर, मेट्रोपॉलिटन शहर में रहते हैं, उनका एक्सपेंसेस क्या है
और उनके लाइफ में स्टार्टिंग स्टेज में रहने वाले का खर्च क्या क्या हो सकता है, ये सब असेस करने के बाद हमें लगता है टैक्स पेयर उस लेवल नंबर से टैक्स भर रहा है, क्या उनको हम कुछ कर सकते हैं। इसीलिए अराइव किए कि एटलीस्ट 1 लाख पर मंथ राहत जरूर दें।
जी, एक क्या अप्रोच में कोई चेंज है, शिफ्ट है? अभी तक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट लेड ग्रोथ की तरफ सरकार का कोर फोकस था, जहां तक बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स का सवाल है। अब आप क्या कंजम्पशन लेड ग्रोथ देख रहे हैं? इसी वजह से इस बार केपेक्स पे मामूली इंक्रीमेंट है।
पहले मैं उस बात को मैं पकड़ना चाह रही हूँ, केपेक्स में मामूली। जब कोविड के समय से हर साल 15%, 20% इंक्रीमेंटल नंबर ऐड करते हुए ग्रोथ इन पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन कैपिटल एसेट्स इतनी दूर तक ले आए। हम पिछले साल 11.11 लाख करोड़ का अनाउंसमेंट की। उसके ऊपर अभी जब 10% के ज़्यादा 10.23% इंक्रीज हो रही है और आरई से कंपेयर करते हुए इट रीचेस अ हायर नंबर 11.21, 24 ऐसे, वो मामूली सा हो गए। 11 लाख से अधिक भारत देश में लगातार पिछले 2 साल और उससे पहले 10 लाख ऐसे एम्फेसिस ऑन पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर जब हो रही है, 10% ओवर आरई इज ऑल्सो मामूली। आप एक बार इसको रिकग्नाइज करना चाहिए कि रिपीटेडली पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन कैपिटल एसेट बिल्डिंग इतने लेवल तक पहुंच गए। आज 10.23 ग्रोथ ऑल्सो इज लुकिंग लाइक मामूली। नो, आर एम्फेसिस ऑन कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर कम नहीं हुआ है। आज भी उतना ही अमाउंट खर्च कर रहे हैं और स्टेट्स को भी दे रहे हैं 50 इयर्स का इंटरेस्ट फ्री कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर का पैसा। सो उसमें कोई कुछ कम नहीं है। मगर आप जो बात पूछ रहे हैं कि कंजम्पशन के ओर खर्च करने के लिए अभी शिफ्ट हो गया, क्या शिफ्ट नहीं, उसको भी जोड़ रहे हैं कि ग्रोथ के लिए अगर इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स चाहिए और ट्रिगर्स चाहिए, जैसे कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर पिछले 5 साल में लगातार उसके द्वारा इकोनॉमी को ग्रो करने के लिए हम मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट को ध्यान में रखते हुए खर्च किया। अभी कंजम्पशन का भी हम प्रोत्साहन इससे आएगा, ये हमारे कैलकुलेशन है। मगर हमारे पहले मकसद ये था कि ऑनेस्ट टैक्स पेयर्स का हम जरूर रिकग्नाइज करना है।
जी बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल ठीक है आपने। एक आर्गुमेंट तो यह है कि सरकार और केंद्र सरकार और राज्य दोनों मिला लें तो 17% का केपेक्स ग्रोथ है, जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर साइड में भी काफ़ी काम करेगा और कंजम्पशन पर भी फोकस करना है। एक बात बताएं, ये बहुत लोग समझना चाहते हैं कि 1 लाख करोड़ का रेवेन्यू फॉरगॉन अगर है, इसमें 1 लाख करोड़ अगर खर्चे में शिफ्ट होता है, क्या वो हमारी जो ग्रोथ की ज़रूरत है, विकसित भारत का जो टारगेट है, उसके लिए एडिक्वेट है?
अगर एक ग्रोइंग नेशन हमारी जैसे इसमें खर्च और ज़्यादा करना और तेजी से करना, आंकड़ा इतना तक पहुंचना, तो कोई भी बोल सकते हैं नो नो इससे ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, इससे ज़्यादा होना चाहिए। मगर सबका एक लिमिट भी है। हमारे रिसोर्सेस का भी हम ध्यान रखते हुए, किसी का बर्डन ना करते हुए इकोनॉमी को आगे ले चलना है। एक और डेटा मैं आपको अंदाजन बोलना चाह रही हूँ। हमने इस बार 4.3% तक जीडीपी के तुलना करने में 4.3% ऑफ द जीडीपी कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर को खर्च कर रहे हैं। इफेक्टिवली बोथ दैट विच गोज टू द स्टेट्स एंड हमारे 4.3 ऑफ जीडीपी। और आने वाले साल का प्रेडिक्शन फिस्कल डेफिसिट का हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, 4.4, जो हमारे ग्लाइड पाथ के तहत 4.5 के नीचे तक पहुंचना है, वो पहुंचने के लिए एस्टिमेट बोल दिया। उससे हमें क्या समझ में आ रहा है कि 4.3% ऑफ द जीडीपी वी आर स्पेंडिंग ऑन कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर। फिस्कल डेफिसिट 4.4 प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे हैं, विच मीन्स हम बोरो कर रहे हैं डेफिसिट फाइनेंस के लिए, तो वो सीधा अच्छा कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर के लिए जा रहा है। सो एज अ रिस्पॉन्सिबल गवर्नमेंट, और मोदी जी का सीएम रहते हुए उनका एक्सपीरियंस, अभी पीएम रहते हुए 3rd टर्म है उनका उसमें एक्सपीरियंस, ये सब में मैच्योरिटी अब देखिए, कोई सोशल वेलफेयर प्रोग्राम का कम नहीं हो रही है। ऊपर से टैक्स पेयर्स को रिवॉर्ड करने के लिए, रिस्पेक्ट करने के लिए बड़ा सा कदम उठाया गया। फिर भी ये डेटा पॉइंट बहुत महत्वपूर्ण कि हम बोरो करने वाले नंबर, डेफिसिट नंबर इज गोइंग टुवर्ड्स कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर। Effective capital expenditure is also 4.3. 4.4 is your fiscal deficit for the coming year. Responsible handling of your borrowing हो रही है, इसको मैं आप जैसे वरिष्ठ सीनियर पत्रकार जैसे लोग इसको रिकग्नाइज करना चाहिए।
नहीं, ये आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा। एक्चुअली बहुत लोग ये बात अब मानने लग गए हैं, पहले थोड़ा स्केप्टिसिज्म था कि फिस्कल डिसिप्लिन और प्रूडेंस के मामले में आप लोग एक तरीके से जिद्दी हैं, वरना बहुत प्रेशर हो सकता है और आप डेफिसिट फाइनेंसिंग कर सकते हैं डेट के मामले में और इररिस्पॉन्सिबल हो सकते हैं। कोई भी डेमोक्रेसी में ये होता है, पूरा इस वक्त दुनिया में लोग डेट पे स्प्लर्ज कर रहे हैं। वैसे मैं एक्चुअली मैं थोड़ा सा समझना भी चाहता हूँ आपसे और इस पे कि ये इतना जो स्ट्रिक्ट डिसिप्लिन है उसके सामने इस बार एक क्रिटिसिज्म ये हो रहा है कि जो आदत है इस सरकार की कि बहुत सारे अच्छे वेलफेयर स्कीम लाते हैं, इस बार कोई नया ज़्यादा स्कीम नहीं लाए आप।
स्कीम जुलाई के बजट में अनाउंस भी हुआ है, 6 महीने बाद में जो बजट आ रहा है। अभी विकसित भारत के लिए जो इन्वेस्टमेंट्स फॉर आर फंडामेंटल, जैसे मैंने शुरुआत में की, हमारे फंडामेंटल फाउंडेशन सही स्ट्रेंथ के साथ होना चाहिए। एआई आ रही है बड़े पैमाने पर, भारत में उसके क्षमता कैसे होगा, उसके लिए युवा कैसे ट्रेनिंग पाएंगे, इसके लिए हम एआई का रूट में कितना और इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं, उसके ऊपर ध्यान दिया गया। प्राइवेट सेक्टर में रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट के लिए ध्यान दिया गया। 1 लाख करोड़ का अनाउंसमेंट हुआ रिसर्च सपोर्ट के लिए जुलाई के बजट में, उसका आगे ले चलते हुए और भी इस बजट में भी अनाउंसमेंट हुआ है। इसके साथ साथ हेल्थ में आज बड़ा भयंकर fearful or fear instilling kind of a illness, terminal illness और life threatening illness, इन सब के लिए डे केयर सेंटर्स दे रहे हैं हर जिले में। इसके अलावा मेडिकल सीट्स को बढ़ा रहे हैं। वी आर ऑल्सो स्पेंडिंग ऑन एवरी लेवल ऑन एजुकेशन एंड न्यूट्रिशन। सो ओवरऑल नजरिया आप देखिए, अगले 25 ईयर्स के लिए फंडामेंटल्स को मजबूत करने के लिए इस बजट में इतनी सारी एजुकेशन हो, न्यूट्रिशन हो, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ डिजिटल बुक्स हो, एआई निर्माण करने वाले स्किल्स हो, इन सब के लिए देते हुए दूसरी तरफ शिप बिल्डिंग, जो भारत के आज के हालात में इंटरनेशनली ऑयल इंपोर्ट करो या आपने कंटेनर्स ढूंढ लो, इन सब का भी चैलेंजेस आ रहा है। ग्लोबली आज कंटेनर्स का बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, शिप का बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है। भारत में शिप बिल्डिंग कैपेसिटी रहने के बावजूद भी हम कुछ उसमें आगे नहीं बढ़ पा रहे। फंडामेंटली हमारे पास अगर अच्छा बड़े कंटेनर्स रहता, हमारे ट्रेड पॉलिसी में कितना काम आएगा। इसीलिए उसके लिए भी मैरीटाइम मिशन ले आए, उसका पैसा 20,000 के ऊपर करोड़ दिया गया है। सो इट इज़ अ बैलेंस बिटवीन strengthening your foundation towards Viksit Bharat Yatra, equally immediately attending to your children, their nutrition, education, higher education and LRS, जो आपने पैसा आपके बच्चे के लिए विदेश भेजना चाहते हैं एजुकेशन के लिए, उसके ऊपर कंप्लीटली रिमूव कर दिया TDS को। और अगर MSME लोग भारत में उत्पादन बढ़ाने के लिए विदेश से कुछ रॉ मटेरियल ले आना चाहते हैं, उसके लिए ड्यूटी को कम कर दिया, कस्टम्स रैशनलाइजेशन हुआ है। सो मैं इसको मानती हूँ कि एकदम बैलेंस करने के लिए कोशिश की। लंबे रास्ते के लिए जो फाउंडेशन चाहिए, आज के रिक्वायरमेंट के लिए न्यूट्रिशन, हेल्थ, एजुकेशन, इन सब के लिए भी।
बिल्कुल, आपने बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स जो अभी बताए उनमें से ही कुछ सवाल निकलते हैं। कस्टम ड्यूटी का जो रैशनलाइजेशन हुआ उसका टाइमिंग बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है। कई आइटम्स हैं जिसमें मोटर बाइक और कार भी हैं, तो उसमें अब टेस्ला गाड़ियों पर भी कम हो जाएगा ड्यूटी, और हार्ले डेविडसन भी कम हो जाएगा। तो ट्रंप लेड अमेरिका को देखते हुए जो टैरिफ की बात बार बार हो रही है, उसमें क्या हम ये समझें कि भारत क्लियर कट सिग्नल दे रहा है ट्रंप को?
भारत ये कर रहा है कि हमारी अपनी इकोनॉमी को स्ट्रेंथन करने के लिए, आत्मनिर्भरता पक्का रखने के लिए, और जैसे मैंने कहा अगले 25 इयर्स में हमारी फाउंडेशन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब मेक इन इंडिया फॉर द वर्ल्ड, इसके लिए स्ट्रेंथन करने के लिए बहुत सारे कदम उठाए। और इसमें हमारे एमएसएमईज को सस्ते में रॉ मटेरियल मिले, क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स जो हमारे देश में नहीं है उसको ले आए, इन सब के लिए कस्टम्स ड्यूटी का रेशनलाइज किया, नंबर ऑफ ड्यूटीज को रिड्यूस किया, जिन जिन आइटम के ऊपर है उसको भी रिड्यूस किया, जिससे हमारे प्रोडक्शन इसमें बढ़ जाए। मगर जो आइटम इधर नहीं है उसको अगर इंपोर्ट करना है, उससे वैल्यू एडिशन करने के बाद एक्सपोर्ट करना है, उसको भी हम रैशनलाइज किए हैं कस्टम्स में।
बिल्कुल मैडम, एक कंसर्न है लोगों का, क्योंकि एफडीआई का डिक्लाइन लगातार है और एफपीआई की बड़ी भारी सेलिंग हुई है। क्या इस बजट में ऐसा कुछ है जो उनको सिग्नल करे कि भारत में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए अब आना और आसान हुआ है इस बजट से?
इस बजट से बहुत सारे मैसेज ऐसे हैं कि हमारे एफडीआई भारत में आए और इधर इन्वेस्ट करने में हमारी लॉ अबाइडिंग सोसाइटी है, कॉमन लॉ प्रैक्टिस करता है, स्किल्ड मैन पावर है, मैन पावर के कॉस्ट और बाकी देशों के साथ तुलना करने के समय आप देखते हैं हमारी कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन कम होता है। इसीलिए वो अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए पॉलिसी भी और ऐसे टैरिफ का भी संज्ञान में लेते हुए करते हैं। एक और अनाउंसमेंट मैंने इस बजट में किया कि हमारी बायलैटरल इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रीटीज